What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome back into JC's Pop Culture, where you can see all kinds of pop culture content with me, JC. But today, it's finally the day. It's here. I can share with you guys the first year of my Dynasty rebuild series. Very excited to share this video with you guys. Told you guys it was coming down the line. Once we got this game out, it was going to start the coaching journey of Coach JC as an offensive coordinator at a one-star program. And now it's finally here. I'm excited to share it with you guys, and I really hope you all enjoy this. Do want to remind you guys, though, before we get into it, if you want to watch any of this playthrough live when I'm playing this Dynasty, you can catch that over on my Twitch. I'll throw it up on the screen here, and I'll drop a link for it in the video description as well. And just as you move through the video, just do me one quick favor. If you're enjoying it, hit that thumbs up button. It really helps a shit ton with that YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe here for more College Football 25 content. Going to have a ton of it coming down the line throughout this game's life cycle. Really excited. It's finally here, guys. Now let's do it. Let me show you guys my Dynasty playthrough. Here is year one of Coach JC's journey in College Football 25. Enjoy. All right, as we got into it, of course, I was deciding to start as an offensive coordinator, and then I was pretty much deciding between recruiter or tactician. I landed on tactician because, you know, once you get into the game mode and you're doing the skill tree, you can kind of pick and choose which one you want. For the look of JC, then we had to customize that. And then it was time to get some offers here for Coach JC. As you see, where were we going to land? Knew we wanted to start at a one-star program, and we landed on the Jacksonville State Gamecocks would be the first job that offensive coordinator JC would take and try and start his coaching career and build an explosive offense in College Football 25. So we seen the contract. So we signed on the dotted line. We seen we needed 5 wins. We kind of took a look around there at some of the coaches that we'd be coaching with. James Anderson, a.k.a. Fake Rich Rod, as I like to call him there at Jacksonville State. I think they complimented me well because one was a lead recruiter, he was a program builder. And then as we got into the recruiting side of things, obviously it was a one-star school, not going to be very high there, but there were some things I could really focus on. Proximity to home being one, coach prestige not being a bad one, and that would kind of be my main thing I would use for visits would be proximity to home here, which once we got into there, my strategy was to kind of add some higher tier recruits, 5 stars, 4 stars, the 3-star gem you see there, athlete I found, which is kind of equivalent to a 4-star. And my strategy was just find top 7 guys where I only have 350 hours per week and try and go hard after the top 7 recruits there. Then we were going to customize the schedule. I wanted to start off with an FCS team just to kind of get my feet wet. You guys know playing this game on Heisman's no joke, and I knew that going in. So I figured let's start with an FCS. Coastal Carolina was on the schedule. I wanted to keep them there, but I wanted to go play on the teal field. So I changed that to a road game, and I did want one Power 4 team to play against. So I had to go on the road and take on my favorite team, WVU. I felt it was only fitting that I do that here in my first year in the Dynasty. That ups the schedule strength a little bit. I can deal with that. Let's roll with that. So the coaching journey of JC begins. And then we advanced on to week 1. And when we get into recruiting here, obviously, as I said, you're going to see I've scouted here the top 7 that I really want to go after there and reorganize them. So we sent the house on all them. And that's kind of where we go from here. In week 1, we were able to send the house on all 7 of the targets that we wanted to go after. Then it was time to set my custom playbook and play offense only, where I'm only the offensive coordinator. Once I become head coach, I'm going to play both sides of the ball. But for now, we're still offensive coordinator. We're playing offense only. It was time to jump into game 1 here against the FCS squad. You see the Jacksonville State fans here ready for the season to begin. And one of the cool things about this game is if you pay attention to the crowd, there's dynamic attendance. So the crowd not so packed right now, but that can change depending on if you find success throughout the season. So we'll see how Jacksonville State's crowd grows or falls, depending on how the success goes for us here with the Gamecocks program. First Dynasty, man. Hopefully it's a lot of fun. Taking on a team from Conference USA, the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. So early in the first quarter, trying to get off to a good start, we handed off to our halfback here, Anwar Lewis. Picks up a good 15 yards for us, which is a great start. And then we use the turbo no huddle, something I'm going to try and utilize a lot here as the offensive coordinator in this Dynasty. Try and catch defenses off guard. You can hit the turbo play as I did there, which kind of brings you right back to the same play. And then we would hit a nice little swing pass, fake it anyway, and take off with the quarterback, Zion Turner. Turner with the burners, as I like to refer to him as. Reading the option, it's Turner. Uh-oh. Damn it. And that would be our first mistake. Unfortunately, as an offensive coordinator, we would fumble the football there. But when we get the ball back, after our defense does hold, we go right back to Anwar Lewis running behind that star left guard there, Clay Webb, number 74. Great player to have here in year one when we're building this thing. We go turbo no huddle again. This time Turner keeps it, and he's into the end zone for the first touchdown of JC's coaching career. Here is the offensive coordinator of the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. I'm going to miss it. And field goals, you can see my first attempt there trying to close the half to go up 10-0. No good. So you see here the halftime update. Defense playing well. We're dominating time of possession, and we're up 7-0 at halftime. FCS East would add a field goal here, so we would need a big play here on 2nd and 15, and we would go to our star tight end to find it here on a play action pass. He'd get a little catch and run, get an extra 15 to 20 yards, and we were in business. 3rd and 8, we would have to go right back to him. So you see him making 2 big plays on this drive, getting us our 2nd touchdown of the game and putting us ahead over FCS. And then here was one of my favorite plays of the game, the option reverse. Hadn't really tried it a ton, but you're going to hear my excitement here. Let's let the game sound play through on this one. Oh, yeah. Get it. Let's go, Petaway. Oh, that's dirty. That's filthy. That is filthy. That is filthy. And so, in the end, it's a W in our first game for Coach JC as the offensive coordinator at Jacksonville State, 35-9. You see some of the stats there. 400 yards of offense. We ran for 244. Turner throws for 162 and runs for 125. Lewis adds 107 on the ground as well. And we are ready to advance past week 1, where you see kind of the recruiting updates. And then, of course, we get into some Coach XP upgrades here, where we can focus on recruiter and tactician, like I said, trying to build them both. And then we get into getting ability to schedule a visit here. The 3-star gym athletes that we wanted to go after, I think he's got a chance to be my quarterback of the future. And like I said, you want to see what lines up with their interest with your pitch grades there. And for me, proximity to home is kind of one of the better ones that I have, but I didn't know what his interest was, so we had to go with Coach Prestige on that side. Here, he does favor proximity to home, so we added that to him for his visit. And then it was time to hit the road and take on the Coastal Carolina team on their home field here, the Teal Field. Wanted to see this, first time seeing it in the game, and man, it is pretty and fun to play on there for sure. So game 2 here for Jacksonville State. You can see scoreless first quarter there against Coastal Carolina. They would start off the scoring late in the second quarter. I'm down 3-0. Needing to make a play here with just a minute left in the quarter. We go back to our tight end who made a play in the first game. He makes plays again in this game. The big man. Later on that same drive, swing pass out to our running back who's able to get the edge and get into the end zone and give us the lead over Coastal Carolina here in game 2 on the road. Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. Getting the dance on. Field goal time. A little bit better success here to close the half to put me up by a touchdown over Coastal Carolina. You see they're 10-3 at the break. Hey, the big man out of the split T here, Paul, gets the carry, and we get another touchdown, and he does his dance as well. We take a 17-3 lead over Coastal Carolina now. But then disaster would strike for my PS5 here, as unfortunately my game would freeze up right here at this screen.
No! God, please, no! No!
And unfortunately, when we jump back in, not as much success. At the end of the first quarter, we would be down 7-0 on the replay. But it was time for a little triple option action, and we would get our guy Petway involved, someone who would become a huge part of our offense here at Jacksonville State, and he would tie it up for us here in the second quarter. Yeah, on his head, on his head. Here we are still in the second quarter. We go here with a quarterback power for Zion Turner with the burners, as I like to call him here. 7-7 game turns into a 14-7 lead for the Gamecocks here late second quarter on the road against Coastal Carolina. Salute to you right there, Turner. Do your dance. Do your dance, man. Coastal Carolina still down 14-7 now, late third quarter, same score. We hit Zion Turner with the quarterback sweep. He punches it into the end zone, and we take the 21-14 lead into the fourth, as you see there, where we would add a field goal, just sneaking it in there to start the fourth quarter, put us up 24-14. Coastal Carolina would answer, though. So 24-21 game. It's 3rd and 17. We need a play. We go to Petaway. Petaway is a dog, bro. Petaway is a dog. As you can hear my excitement. And then, of course, we're able to have the greatest play in football, the kneel down, to close out the win over Coastal Carolina. As you see the 24-21 win and some of the stats there for the team and for the players individually. For 251, at 141, 8 for Petaway. Slack, man. Coaching leveling up here, and we advance here to the next week where it's time for things to get real as we head into Morgantown to take on WVU. Well, I'm trying to skip through it. I guess it's not going to let me. So I guess we will watch the entrance again. Oh well. We start this off, and how fitting is it that we throw it to Noel Devine's son, the former West Virginia running back, Andre Devine, for a big play on the swing pass to get us into scoring position here early in the first quarter, where we would kick the field goal, trying to take the lead over West Virginia. We'd miss it, but they would bail me out, as you see there, with the roughing the kicker penalty, and I would stay alive here, where then I would hand it off to my big back Paul out of the split tee. Let's go. Let him punch it in, and we would take the lead on the road in Morgantown up 7-0. As you see, Turner had some wear and tear, had to switch to my guy Smoot in a 7-7 game here in the second quarter, and immediately Smoot would make an impact there on a quarterback power play. They would hold me, though, yet again. I'd be forced to kick a field goal. This time, yet again, missed it again. This is tight right here, playing a Power 4 team on the road. This is no joke. And then here we go, Smoot again in the third quarter, trailing 10-7 on the road, needing someone to make a play. Smoot does, yet again. Let's go. And then here we come out in the flex bone, but we're going to pass out of this flex bone formation. It's a late throw, though. Shouldn't have made it because it's picked off in the end zone. No! Oh, no! But then we need a play here. Early fourth quarter, we're trailing 10-7. Guess who makes it? My guy, Petway, of course. He would become a player for me all year that I would go to in clutch situations, and this was kind of just the start of it. And then here we go with the turbo no huddle after that big successful play. Turbo time! We want to try it again. We want to try and catch him off guard. Let's try and run this mid-screen. There's no way, dude. There's no way he just did that. Oh my goodness, what an interception. Down 10-7, we need a play. How about we try some trickeration, and here we go with it. He'll start this drive firing. Oh my gosh, it worked. It worked. As you hear the excitement in my voice there that it worked. Incredible job to take the lead 14-10 in the fourth quarter of this game on the road. We just took the lead against the Power 4 team on the road with a double pass. Andre Devine just threw a TD. Andre Devine just threw a TD. And it's Andre Devine, the son of Noel Devine, putting us up at WVU. Crazy enough. Isn't it ironic? Lannis Morissette would be proud. The fact that I've thrown those swing passes probably helped set it up a little bit too, but I will take that. And that, our defense would hold on, and then we would hold on, and that would be our final score. 14-10. We go on the road to Morgantown and get a win over a Power 4 club to remain unbeaten on the year, which would bring us to the next week here, where we could do some coach upgrades here. After getting some XP, we'll work on our tactician, get one across the board, pretty evenly split between recruiting and tactician. We take on Southern Mississippi on the next week here. We got some visitors in tow, so it's a big game. We need a win. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Uh-oh. He's got great speed. Ha-ha. He gave up a punt return touchdown.
You make me so mad.
So down 7-0 here in the first quarter. We need to make a play. We bring Petway in motion and pitch it to him on the option. He'd put a nice spin move on and have a huge big play to set us up in scoring position, looking to tie this game against Southern Miss. But they would eventually hold, and we'd be forced to kick a field goal. Better success this time than we had against WVU. But at the end of the first quarter, we would still trail 7-3. Disaster strikes again. Safety.
You shouldn't have done that.
So down 12-10, late second quarter. We're looking to at least get a field goal, maybe take the lead into the break. We go to our tight end. He makes a play. And then here we go, 1st and 10, just a minute left. Run an option, pitch it out to Petaway, who has great speed, gets to the outside and sets us up 1st and goal here. Then on 1st and goal, we bring our tight end in motion to the left so we could set up a better blocking scheme for Lewis, who we think can get the edge, and he indeed does, and punches it into the end zone. We take the lead over Southern Miss. Yo, hit that little gritty. Do your dance, King. So we would add one field goal from our kicker here in the late second quarter. Got it. Good kick, my boy. But then early third quarter, we would have a miss. Nope. So it's a 20-12 ball game, and then at the end of the third quarter, Southern Miss has scored. They didn't get the 2-point conversion, so we're up 20-18. 4th and 7, we need a play here. We got to try and get it. It doesn't happen. We're stopped short. Southern Miss takes over. Not only do they take over, they score. So we're now down 25-20. Less than 3 minutes left in this game. We need to get a drive going, and we started off with Turner. Turner with a nice run on the quarterback power, and we go with the turbo no huddle to try and catch these guys off guard. This time, we're going to hit the touch pass to our guy Lacey, and Lacey is going to get the edge here. Breaks a tackle, sets us up into scoring position now. Wear and tear on Turner again, got to put Smoot in. So Smoot comes in just ahead of the 2-minute warning with us down 5 here in the fourth quarter. We need you to make a play, Smoot. He does. He reads it perfectly. He hits Petway and Petway into the end zone. We take the late fourth quarter lead over Southern Miss here with some visitors in the game. We don't get the win. We're probably not going to get those commits that we're hoping for. So then Smoot, how about him making a play here after Southern Miss, adds a field goal. We run successful on our 2-point attempt, so we only have a 1-point lead currently. We punch it into the end zone, but because not getting the 2-point conversion previously, we're only up 8. Southern Miss has a chance here late in the game, and they scored to tie it up 33-33. So we have 43 seconds left and 3 timeouts here. Let's take a look at this final drive.
We go to OT.
Oh, no. Oh, my. Oh, my. Petway with the big play. Let's get it.
Oh, man, I really can win this without going to OT.
So 4th and 10. We've struggled with field goals, but we've got a chance at a game winner.
Oh, they iced me.
After they iced me, here were the results.
They get the timeout and the clock reads 3 seconds. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3.
Boom! Let's go. Jacksonville State remains undefeated, and we get the win with the recruits in the building. Let's get it.
So as you can hear in my excitement, excited to stay undefeated. Jacksonville State with the 36-33 win. Petway gets the player of the game. We put up 415 yards of total offense. They hold our rushing game intact, under 200 rushing yards. As you see some of the individual stats here from this game, a big one as we had visitors in line for this one. We needed to get the win. We did. So let's see if we can get the commits now.
Recruits. Let's see if this did anything for us. Let's go! Our first commit here for Jacksonville State. We get the mobile QB, Brett Whitehair, 92 speed QB. That's our QB of the future at Jacksonville State. I got to stay here at least one more year as the coordinator now to play with my dude. And we got the receiver too. So that goes to show you, you got visits. We set up a good activity that was high on their list there, you know, of their pitches, their pitch grades, their interest, whatever the hell you call it, and get the win. Because it was a 3-tick win over Southern Miss, and we get both those guys committed, Vic and Whitehair.
So as you hear me explaining there, I got my quarterback of the future that I deemed there in Whitehair, so that meant I'm staying at least one more year as the offense coordinator at Jacksonville State. That locked me in, and then hopefully take a head coaching job after that. But as you can see, didn't all go well. Sermon actually verbally committed to Georgia, but we were able then to set up some other visits, and currently our class ranked 120th, but we only had 2 commits, and it was time to hit the road and take on Kennesaw State.
Night game at Kennesaw State. They have the smallest stadium on the game. Their stadium only holds like 8,000. When this game, you're going to see our crowd be a lot more fuller. That's pretty cool. Something they've added to this too is dynamic attendance. So, you know, the more success you have, the more your stadium gets packed out. Right now they're 1-3, so not a lot of people come to their games.
And we would start it off with a swing pass to Andre Devine in the first quarter. He would make a man miss and set us up 1st and goal here. On 2nd and goal, a couple plays later, we would run the orbit motion with Petway, hit him on it, and let him get the edge, punch it into the end zone to give us a 7-0 lead over Kennesaw State. But then, disaster strikes.
I should have handed it to him.
No!
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 So after that disaster, we're down 10-7 at this point when we find our tight end, Sean Brown, in the end zone to regain the lead over Kennesaw State here at 14-10 late in the second quarter. But they would answer. We would have to try and score again to try and tie this game up 17-14. We're down 15 seconds left until halftime, but Turner with the burners gets into the end zone, and we will take the lead into halftime.
Turner, you're a dog, son. Let's go. Oh, hit him with the Heisman pose. He hit him with the Heisman pose.
Up 21-7 in the third quarter. We would squeeze it into a tight window right there for a long completion. And then here we are, a couple plays later. Turner with the quarterback counterplay sets us up near 1st and goal. Up 21-17. We were going with the turbo no huddle.
It is turbo time. It's turbo time.
out of the turbo, no huddle. We toss it to Lacey. Lacey gets just around the man and gets just to the corner of the pylon, punches it in and gives us a little bit more breathing room, up 28-17. After our defense gets to stop, we get the ball back here late third quarter, and we would find, yet again, our tight end, Sean Brown, a big playmaker for us early in this season.
Big Sean Brown make a play.
And with the success of that play, it was time to hit the turbo, no huddle. We'll set up an RPO bubble play here to Spectre Gadget, as I like to call him here in this dynasty. And we would decide, let's hand it off to Devine instead. And Andre Devine gets the edge, makes a play, gets near the red zone.
Good stuff, Andre.
So I figured, let's go back to Devine. He got us here. So you see back-to-back good plays from the freshman Andre Devine, this time 4-6. But Kennesaw State would not give up. They would score again, 35-24. We got Smoot in here after the wear and tear to Turner.
Smoot, give me the loot, give me the loot. Oh, he's got a hole. Come on, Smoot. Take off on him. Take off on him, Smoot. Smoot's going to take it. Smoot's going to take it. Salute you, Smoot, coming off the bench and punching it in. Yeah, put that crown on you, King. Put that crown on you, young King.
So now 42-31, like I said, Kennesaw State not giving up. We throw another swing pass out to Andre Devine again. Let him get another touchdown. Make it 2 tutties for Andre Devine. And then the greatest play in football, the kneel down, secures the win. Puts Jacksonville State at 5-0 with a 49-31 win, and our offense is starting to get rolling a little bit now. 527 yards, 312 yards rushing, and you see some of the individual stats here as well. Pretty good. Had a standout game for Andre Devine, especially receiving the football as he got in the end zone with the 2 touchdowns there on his 4 receptions, and we were ready to advance here to week 7. As you see, staying in the battle for some of these recruits, we get another level up for our coach. And here we go back into recruiting, where we'd be able to schedule some more visits. We bring this 4-star center here against Mid-10 State and try and set up a good visit for him before we take on New Mexico State here at home. They're an 0-5 team, so we really don't want our first loss to come against a winless team, but New Mexico State came to battle. Actually, we had a field goal. They answered with a field goal of their own. We get the ball back here in the second quarter, set up a triple option to Petway.
Still a positive game. Here comes the option.
Good pitch. Petaway. Hit him in that spin cycle, son.
And Petway puts him in the spin cycle, gets into the end zone to put us up 10-3. Still up 10-3, late second quarter. We had a field goal attempt here. We're getting a little bit better as kicking as this dynasty progresses. And yet again, late second quarter, another chance at a field goal here to extend that lead a little bit more. And of course, just as I say, we're getting better. You see the over kick there, and it's not even anywhere close. Early third quarter, though, still up 13-3. We find a nice hold for Lewis on the stretch play, who beats the bad angle by the safety and gets into the end zone. That's his first big, long touchdown run of the season, and it's an important one to give us a big advantage over New Mexico State here, 20-3 at this point in the third quarter. But they would answer with a touchdown. We would go to set up the middle screen again.
Damn. They pick those tunnel screens on here, man. That's defensive ends are lurking on those.
So they would score now, and now we'd be in trouble. 2 minutes left in the game. We need to make a play. Who does it? How about Smooty? Gets right to the edge where we can give it to our big back here, Paul, and let him punch it into the end zone to regain us the lead over New Mexico State late in the fourth quarter. And hopefully our defense can hold. Unfortunately, they would. And then we would be up 27-24, just looking to close this out. We would hand it off to Petway, who would get the corner and put on a game-sealing touchdown with his speed. Boom. We're able to nail it down. Even though New Mexico State would not go away, they would score again to make this interesting. 34-31 win. You see fake Rich Rod celebrating there. Petway, the player of the game in this one. Jacksonville State remains undefeated here. 415 yards of total offense, a good performance passing. They held the running game in check for the most part, but Anwar Lewis with a good game, and of course Petway, as has been the case all year, another great game. And then we had a bye week, so we were able to advance yet again here to week 9 of our season at Jacksonville State. As you see, some of the recruiting updates there, mostly positive, but we did get a couple players that committed elsewhere. As our coach levels up again, we decide this time to focus on some recruiting upgrades as we try and build out both the recruiting side and the tactician side. You see the web there, a little bit balanced between the two. Unfortunately, we lose the right tackle to Clemson, the left guard to Auburn. Of course, the wide receiver previously committed to Georgia. I kept him on the board just in case they decided to decommit in the future. We'll see if that ends up happening or not. But nonetheless, it was time to schedule some more visits with some of these other guys that we hadn't yet, that we'd been targeting early in the season. We had added some of these athletes here at the bottom, these 4-star athletes we were trying to go after. And as was the case, I said proximity to home, we would schedule the visit for them on that, and we would sit in the house on another athlete here now that we had some points to dish out. And now you see the attendance here of the crowd increasing as we are now at 6-0, taking on Mid-10 State. We do have the 4-star lineman visiting for this game, so we definitely need to get a win here. And Petaway starts us off on the right foot, setting us up first and goal. Of course, have some bad penalties that would put us in a bad spot. All the way back here on 3rd and goal, we have to get a ton of yards to even get close.
There. But Spectre is. Oh.
So on 4th and goal, we try and go to our big back Paul. Mid-10 State says absolutely not. We turn the ball over on downs. Rough start here for us early, and it's a defensive battle here at 0-0. Second quarter, still 0-0 ball game. We had a touch pass to Lacey. Let Lacey get the edge, get a good block there, try and dive in, and he's flipped around.
Oh, he just got spun around.
Hand off to Paul here, though, right there on the goal line, and this time the big back gets it done, and we're up 7-0. Same score early second quarter. We set up a screen pass here on the little bubble to Petway. He gets a good block on the edge, makes a man miss. No, he does not. He gets there to the goal line where, of course, the big back Paul is able to hammer it in for us, put us up 14-0. And then later on, same thing happens again. Catch him off sides, and then he punches another one in. We're up 21-0 here on Mid-10 State. Late second quarter, looking to extend our lead. Zion Turner with the run.
He fumbled.
But unfortunately, coughs up the football, which would change the game as Mid-10 State punches it in to make it a 21-7 game at half, as you see some of the team stats at that time. So still the same score here early third quarter. Up 21-7, we hand off to our guy Anwar Lewis, who gets to the edge, outruns a bad angle before getting tackled by the safety in the red zone, where then Turner with the burners would do the rest on the QB sweep, put us up 28-7 over Mid-10 State. And then we would give our fullback a touch this time on the goal line, let him punch one in as we extend our lead over Mid-10 State, now 35-7. Early in the fourth quarter, we run a quarterback counter out of the flex bone, and it works brilliantly.
Oh, my. Oh, my, Turner. Oh, go ahead, Turner. Go ahead.
That was one of my favorite plays of the year there. That QB counter out of the flex bone's interesting. Now up 42-7 late. We hand it off to Lewis this time out of the split tee, and he punches it in to get us 49. And then one more time, 30 seconds left in the game. This time it's the big back Paul.
50 burger.
And it's our first 50 burger, as you hear my excitement. Jacksonville State moves to 7-0 after a big performance over Mid-10 State with a visitor in line as well. So as we look at some of the stats here, we get ready to advance the week, and we can see if we get another commit here after the win over Mid-10 State.
Hey, come on. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Boom! 4-star. We got a 4-star center. Let's go.
And we lock down the 4-star center, as you hear the excitement in my voice there over landing a 4-star player at a 1-star school. It's not impossible, guys. You got to dedicate a lot of resources to it, but it can happen. And then, of course, our big back Paul gets CUSA Player of the Week.
The ball down to the 2 or 1 yard line, he kept getting carries. Oh, this is a showdown right here. They're 6-1, I'm 7-0.
And then, as you see, we have a dang showdown here. But before we get to the big showdown with Liberty, we got to schedule some visits here with some of these other athletes here that are going to come in late in the season trying to target some more of these 4-star athletes. We, of course, would go ahead and just go with proximity to home. Despite the fact we didn't know how interested he was in it, we know that it's one of the good things that we have as our school grades, so we had to go with that. And then let's look at the awards watch list. Me and the defensive coordinator both up for the Boyles Award given to the top coordinator of the year. As we look at the playoff bracket, you can see the 12 seed is Liberty. So if I wasn't already anxious enough for this game, that certainly added to it now, knowing that if I win this game, I could be set up for a possible college football playoff berth.
We'll see the winners of 7 straight, the Jacksonville State Gamecocks.
So a 7-0 Jacksonville State team against a 6-1 Liberty team. Liberty would be very tough to stop. As you see already, my defense down 7-0. But we find Spectre Gadget here to tie the ball game up 7-7 Jacksonville State and Liberty. And it would be an absolute battle throughout this one. As you see, Liberty scores again. Now I have to answer, trailing 14-7. We turn to Turner with the burners, puts on a nice spin move off the quarterback power play, gets up the sideline, and we're into scoring position here, down 14-7. But unfortunately, they would hold us. We would settle for a field goal, and it would be a 14-10 ball game. Still the same score. Our defense got our first stop against Liberty and set us up with a chance to take the lead, and we would do just that on the touch pass to Lacey, who gets into the end zone and puts us ahead of Liberty for the first time in the game at home.
Mic drop.
Now down 17-24, we would add a field goal just before the half to make it a 24-20 game. But now we're trailing 27-20. Tough road game here against Liberty. We need Turner to make a play. He makes a great cut, gets a good block from Andre Devine to set us up first and goal. And now we got a chance to tie this ball game up. And our big back Paul would do just that, make it 27-all. Late in the third quarter, we got a barn burner with Liberty. Of course, Liberty would answer. Our defense would struggle to stop them all game. So now down 34-27, we turn to Petway late in the fourth quarter. Petway gets there, makes a spin move, gets into the end zone, and we've got a tie ball game here late in the third quarter, and the battle continues. Our defense finally gets the stop that we need here late fourth quarter, and we got a chance to take the lead over Liberty in this absolute showdown in the Conference USA. Turner makes a big play there, sets us up first and goal, 34-34. Next play here, it's an option play. We're looking for Petway. He scored once for us. He was a clutch guy. Told you guys, he's my clutch man this year. He does it again. We go up on Liberty 41-34, and we get...
Look, the surrender cobra. Liberty fans with the surrender cobra.
Our first surrender cobra sighting, but Liberty would answer. So we would have 51 seconds and a 40-40 and a 41-all game to try and take this lead and hopefully get a win over Liberty. Let's let it play out here as we listen to the game sound.
Let's go, Petway. Oh, Petway, you got it. You got it, Petway. Turn upfield. He stayed in bounds. It's pulsing in this stadium. Oh, 74. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Hey, no.
And Smoody puts him to sleep and then hits the kneel down. And Jacksonville State is 8-0 with a tough road win over Liberty in an absolute barn burner of a football game. Hell of a shootout. The defense didn't show up the most, as you see there in the team stats, but the offense got it done when they needed, including 209 yards rushing from our quarterback Turner, 100 yards rushing, and 90 yards receiving from our great receiver Petway. And Petway gets Player of the Week honors in the CUSA for that performance, which would lead us to some more coach upgrades. We would hit some tactician upgrades this time, and you see our web veering a little bit more to tactician, but still trying to keep that balance with the recruiting side. We would set up a visit for this 3-star athlete, this 3-star right tackle, trying to get some more commits here in the class. And then as we look at the college football playoff bracket, look at this. Jacksonville State currently seated as a 12 seed. We'd have to win another road game, and it would not start the way we needed it to.
It's got to close it out, though. Oh, no, he read it like a book.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we're going to have to come back from down 10-0. And this crowd's going to be lit up right now.
So after one quarter, we're down 10-0. We need something to happen here in the second quarter. We go to Lewis. He gets down to first and goal, and then we hit the turbo no huddle, and we're going to come right back to him.
Let him punch it in.
Down 10-0. We need to score here. And he punches it in, which is great because we don't want to lose here our first game as a ranked team. But Louisiana Tech would answer, and we'd be down 10 again. Now down 17-7. We go to Petway, who makes an unbelievable cut inside, follows his blocks perfectly to set us up first and goal again late in the second quarter. A couple plays later, it's third and goal. We would need Petway to make a play yet again, and he would do just that to get us right into this ball game. 17-14 now, just before halftime, and we would get the ball back one more time after our defense makes a play. Same score, 17-14. This time we throw it out to Petway, let him make another play. He makes a spin move, sets us up first and goal with 13 seconds to go.
Gotta go right now.
We would try to go turbo no huddle here, as we only had one timeout remaining. Trailing 17-14. The clock is ticking. 7 seconds by the time we snap it. We hand it off to Andre Devine. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Oh, he spins in.
He's in. He's in. Devine. I took the timeout anyway out of instinct. Didn't mean to.
As you hear my excitement there, I was surprised that he got in and we didn't have to kick the field goal. But speaking of field goals, we would add one here in the third quarter. Our defense would get the stop we needed. And then late third quarter, we go back to our guy Petway, and he punches it in to give us a little bit more breathing room ahead of the fourth quarter.
Four's up. Fourth quarter. Fourth quarter.
As you see us there in the top 25 at number 23. Love the updates here that you get in between quarters and in game breaks. Same score, still up 31-17. Our field goal kicker adds the field goal there to put us up 34-17. Then he would add another one for good measure, put us up 20 points, 37-17. But Louisiana Tech would keep battling. You see they add a touchdown. Now it's a 37-24 ball game. We try to pitch it out to Petway to hopefully extend our lead with just over 2 minutes left in the fourth. And Petway, yet again, makes another play. Touchdown, Jacksonville State. We go over 40 points again in the game. Looking great for our offensive coordinator, but then how about Smoody late?
Oh, he broke a tackle. Let's go, Smoody. Let's go, Smoody. Let's go, Smoody. Oh, my boy. My boy Smoot.
That backup QB, Smoody's got some wheels and the ability to break a tackle, and another 50-burger for Jacksonville State. Petway player of the game in this one. Pretty balanced on offense, as you see here. Good rushing numbers for Lewis, good rushing numbers for Petway, who also adds 157 yards receiving. And we advance the week. We get our recruiting update there. Petway yet again with a Conference USA Player of the Week. Then we would go back into recruiting, schedule a visit with this 3-star corner, schedule a visit with this 2-star safety. As you guys can see, my strategy early, go after some bigger players, and then later in the year, fill the class with some guys that are more interested in me at lower levels, 1, 2, and 3-star players. But FIU here, this would be an absolute destruction of FIU. So here are the highlights of by far my best offensive performance yet, and one that I wasn't expecting to see, but I'm going to give you all the TDs here in this game. Let's let them run through with the game sound.
Hand it off to him. Oh, yeah, the big boy. Oh, the big boy getting loose. The big boy, Paul, getting loose. Oh, good pitch. Go ahead, Lacey. He's gone. Yes. Get you one.
This offense has been running the touchdown Jacksonville State here on 3rd and long.
Got him.
Unleashes one. He makes a grab. He wants to throw.
Oh, yes. That's set up nice.
Got room at the 35.
Skirt. Oh, my goodness.
An open target, accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Teddy.
300 yards, still some time left.
Oh, 60 burger. Yes, sir. Trips over there.
They'll try to get it in
Oh,
with
yeah.
the run.
Beautiful.
And they're going to put a play of the game right here. Into the end zone.
Andre Devine.
Jacksonville.
Andre Devine got a passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and a receiving touchdown this year.
How about that? 80 points for Jacksonville State. The offense absolutely rolling now. 805 yards of total offense. Absolute demolishing of FIU. Andre Devine seals it with the late touchdown. Petaway, 244 yards receiving in that game. He put on a show, levels up our coach again. And as we advance the week, we get a 4-star center to commit to us, a 4-star receiver to commit to us, and a 3-star receiver as well. So those athletes that we went after get the commit. Anwar Lewis named Conference USA Player of the Week, as well as National Player of the Week because of his 4 rushing touchdowns over FIU. And now we were giving some coach upgrades. This time we would spend them on recruiting as we try and keep that balance between recruiter and tactician. As you see the web there, pretty balanced. But then the next week we would have to take on Sam Houston State here, looking to keep our perfect season alive. Zayon Turner would start it off, putting on a show. Let's listen to the game sound on this one.
So is Turner. Turner the burner. Oh, give him the spin cycle, Turner. Oh, my goodness. That's a great start. That's a way to start back. Yeah, hit him with it.
Up 7-3 at the end of first against Sam Houston State. We would then have disaster strike.
Oh, my.
You shouldn't have done
He
that.
got hit when he pitched. Oh, my goodness. They're going to take it all the way back on me. Yikes. That's all right. It happens.
And after that sad moment, our undefeated season seems to be in jeopardy, trailing 10-7 here.
Didn't get it there. No, he picked it again. Fuck.
You make me so mad.
Didn't see that coming.
then we would really be in trouble. Down 17-7, late second quarter, we need someone to make a play. And we would go to our guy, Petway, who, of course, makes it happen, sets us up first and goal. Then after a couple negative plays on 3rd and goal with under 30 seconds left, Petway would get it done this time, put us into the end zone to get us down 17-14 just before the break. So here we are, 3rd quarter, still trailing 17-14. We would go to Andre Devine with some trickeration. They would bite, and Andre Devine would throw his 2nd touchdown pass of the season on a double pass. Now up 21-17, our defense gets to stop. We had a bubble pass to Spectre Gadget, who gets into the end zone to extend our lead over Sam Houston State, and we feel a little bit more comfortable here late in the game. But Sam Houston State would not go away. Now 28-20 in the 4th quarter with just over 2 minutes left. Andre Devine gets us down, sets us up 1st and goal, where we look to extend our lead here. We're going to go turbo no huddle. After the handoff to Devine, why don't we swing it out to him here? We throw it out to Andre Devine. Nobody's there. Easy walk-in touchdown, and we extend our lead. But Sam Houston won't go away. 8-point game now. We need another first down to be able to run out the clock, and Petway gets just enough, and now we're able to milk that clock, take a knee, and Jacksonville State is 11-0.
No, Jacksonville State, dog. Let's get it.
As we look at some of the team stats there, 335 yards rushing, 512 yards of offense as a team. Turner with 133 rushing, Petway with 90 rushing, and 76 receiving. And we advanced the week. We locked down commitments from that cornerback and the right tackle that we saw scheduled to visit for, as well as the 2-star safety. So most of the guys we've got in on visits, we've had positive success with, which would lead us to upgrade recruiting some more, trying to keep that balance between recruiter and tactician, and it's there as you see the coaching web. But finally, we would have to close out the regular season on the road against Western Kentucky. As you see Big Red there dancing to start the game, we would need a big performance here from Lewis to try and close out this one. And he starts us off nice with the inside zone. And we go turbo no huddle here as we try and close out our perfect regular season at Jacksonville State here. On the road at Western Kentucky, Lewis, yet again, back-to-back good plays. And then why not here? Give it to Petway, let him put us into the end zone, and let us start off on the right foot, up 7-0 against WKU.
Yep, look at it.
And they would add a field goal to make it 7-3 at the end of the first quarter, as we see Big Red there dancing again. Then early second quarter here, first play of the second quarter to be exact, Petway gets it done again to put us up 14-3 over Western Kentucky.
Little passing TD. Little passing TD.
Western Kentucky answers 14-10. So we got a chance here. Let's throw it to the end zone before we kick a field goal. And Sean Brown, not a lot of sightings for him since early in the season, but he's still making plays. Put us up 21-10. Western Kentucky answers again. So it's 21-16 when we get it back and swing it out to Lewis, who punches in, give us a little bit more breathing room late in the third quarter.
Get that corner.
28-16. It's Petway. And the final play for us in the third quarter, he puts it in, and we are in great position now to go 12-0 with Jacksonville State. Or so we thought.
Oh, nothing there. Oh, I knew it. Oh, no.
So now 35-30, we've got to make a play. 4th and 4, we're going for it. We don't want to kick that long field goal. Lewis gets it, and then later Smoody finishes it off, puts us in the end zone with less than 2 minutes left, and that should do it. But Western Kentucky would not go away. We would have to get the ball back, run the clock out for a 42-37 win, and Jacksonville State finishes the season undefeated. We get another surrender Cobra, and it's a 12-0 regular season for Jacksonville State. And as we move on, you see.
Oh, no, I got to play Liberty again. Damn it, at least I'm the home team this time. That was the toughest game I played, man. My defense couldn't stop him for nothing.
And there, you hear the disappointment in my voice to have to play Liberty yet again in the conference championship. But we look at the Player of the Year award. Petway's in it. Petway's up for best receiver. But more importantly, look at our offense here as the offensive coordinator. This is what we needed to have success with. We lead the country in rushing yards. We lead the country in points per games, rushing touchdowns, and first downs. So a great first year for us as the offensive coordinator here at Jack State. But it was time. Let's hit the Conference USA Championship game.
I guess I should watch this presentation, Conference Championship game presentation.
Right here today. This is a surprising matchup. The proverbial David versus Goliath, a ranked versus an unranked team.
Yeah, but they're better than I am.
Upset and build a legacy.
I got lucky that I beat them the first time. I hate that I got to play them again.
All right, so 2nd and 12. Early first quarter, we're hoping to get off to a better start against Liberty this time, and we're hoping Petway can do it.
Petway done with a little bit of wear and tear in this game, as you can see there on his pips, but Lewis gets it done, punches us in, and we start off better this time against Liberty, up 7-0. But they would answer, and we'd have 7-7 ball game at the end of the first quarter. You see, pretty evenly matched up there. So still 7-7 early in the second quarter. This time Turner running the option with Petway, but he doesn't even need Petway. He's going to do it himself. Turner turns on those burners, gets into the end zone to put us up 14-7 over Liberty here in the Conference USA Championship game.
Yep, it's time.
Of course, they answer yet again. So it's a 14-14 ball game when we hand off to Lewis, who gets a great block there that really seals the deal, and another great one from the receiver, and Lewis with a big touchdown run, and he would have a hell of a performance here in the conference championship game. Now up 21-14, late second quarter. Check this out.
Devine! Andre Devine with the play of the conference championship games thus far. That got me hyped because I haven't hit hardly any deep balls on here.
And that would give us a 28-14 lead going in the break. Starting off in the second half, looking to extend our lead. We need a long field goal here from our kicker, and it's a great kick to put us up 31-14. We know Liberty's not going away, though. So 31-21 at this point. We go back to Lewis, needing him to make a play. He breaks a tackle, gets a block from his tight end Brown, puts a man in a spin cycle, and puts us into the red zone here to end the third quarter.
1 quarter away.
And how about Spectre Gadget here? Getting us down, setting us up first and goal, where we can hopefully extend that lead, and our big back Paul does just that. Out of the split tee, gets knocked into the end zone, and we have a lot of breathing room here in the fourth quarter. But Liberty, they're not going to go away. We need another play from Turner with the burners.
Nothing but green.
And he makes it happen. So there we are, 38-28, and who's clutch to close it out? Petway into the end zone, and we are up 45-28 with under a minute left as he does his dance, and we take a knee. Jacksonville State is not only 13-0, but we are Conference USA champions as we see the celebration here coming up.
Now it comes down to what the committee decides to do to see if this championship team is going to get an invite.
There we are, celebrating with our Conference USA trophy. Take a look at some of the stats here. Good rushing stats for Lewis. As I said, one of his best games right when we needed it here in the conference tournament. And then we get our CUSA champion screen here. And then when we advance the week, we find out that we had not only the conference defensive player of the week, but also the offensive player of the week in Zion Turner. And how about Fake Rich Rod being named Coach of the Year here?
Anything? He won the Broyles Award, the defensive coordinator? Really? You couldn't give it to me?
And best receiver of the year, Petway. Like I said, clutch man all season long, gets it done. And
we take on the 6th seed Oklahoma State. We got the 10 seed. Nice. In the playoff.
So we're in the college football playoff. We got to hit some coaching upgrades before we get there. Work on some recruiting upgrades to really balance out our thing here. But we take a look at some All-Americans where we would have Petway as a first-team All-American and Clay Webb. And then Noel Devine's son, Andre Devine, a freshman All-American as well. As we take a look at the playoff bracket there, we get in as the 10 seed, actually. And we would look at our recruiting recap here. Take a look at the top classes currently, see how we're sitting right now at the end of the regular season. We're at 75, so we're going to need to add some transfers in the offseason, hopefully sign some guys we didn't get to. I already mentioned I'm staying at Jacksonville State, but I did want to see what type of offers I had. And you see multiple head coaching offers there, actually, but it was time to jump in to our college football playoff game on the road at Stillwater. We knew this would be very tough. It was going to be real to go play at Stillwater. So let's check out what happens here when Jacksonville State makes the college football playoff and has to take on Oklahoma State.
Can hear me, but they can't.
Back to pass.
We didn't fall for it.
The pass is intercepted.
Yep.
Look out, he's got some space.
Trickeration does not work. We're down early.
We'll try to run it with the option. He'll pitch it.
But Petaway still got wheels on him.
Petaway makes a play right when we need it.
Back and attack off play action.
That's a design quarterback keeper.
Oh, good block.
Inside the 20.
Let's go. Turner with the burners.
And then Turner ties it up, and we're right back in this football game early. So 10-7 at the end of one after Oklahoma State adds a field goal. Now on 4th and 2. In hindsight, hindsight's 2020, probably should have kicked that field goal to tie this game up. Instead, we're stopped on 4th down. Now down 17-7, Petaway puts us back into the football game.
First down, but looking for more yards.
Let's go, Petaway.
All the way to the end
We're
zone.
in this.
Touchdown,
But they'll probably score now before half, and then we'll be out of this.
And so here we are, late second quarter. Smoot puts us in scoring position in a 17-14 ball game. We got a chance to tie this up before half or take the lead before half. Instead, this is what happens.
No! I knew it as soon as I threw it. That's why I held it inside.
No! God, please, no! No!
There's
No!
the game.
No!
There goes the ball game. I should have just ran it. Thought I'd catch him off guard.
And as you hear the disappointment in my voice, unfortunately, he would break 2 tackles, and Oklahoma State would take a 24-14 lead in the break after that pick, and they would extend it out as they got the ball first, start the second half. They're up 31-14 when I'm able to kick a field goal to make it a 14-point game, but my defense unable to get the stop, so we're down 38-17 heading into the fourth quarter. Heading into the fourth quarter, we come out in the flex bone, we throw it to our fullback who makes a play to set us up first and goal. So then we're going to go turbo no huddle, and let's go right back to the fullback. You know, let's reward him. He makes a great play in the receiving game. Let's hand him the football.
Hey, where are you taking the snap from? Right back to you.
And he gets his first touchdown of the year. We're back in this down 14, but then as you see late in the game, this will do it. This is the final play of the game, 41-24. We do make a play here, but that would be our final, and Jacksonville State's season unfortunately ends. But hey, can't be too upset with it.
My gosh, Ollie Gordon shit on us.
They held the rushing game intact. That's one of the reasons that we were unable to get this win. But we do get a trophy there for being playoff bound as we get coach upgrades. I figured let's take a look at the playoff bracket. You see Alabama and Oregon is the final matchup here. And then as we advance the week, we can see the results of the national championship game. And how about that? Alabama in overtime gets the win, 53-51 over Oregon. But unfortunately, after my coach leaves, we are now hit with some transfers. We got multiple players leaving, and you see no chance to persuade. So we lose Andre Devine, someone we were excited to play for in the future. So sometimes, you know, your head coach takes another job, and that's going to hurt you with some of the players that may be leaving. And then we're going to cycle through all season recruiting here. You see me scheduling visits with some transfer players, trying to get these guys locked in. You see me going after the halfback Arrington. You see me going after the center Martin. You see me going after the right tackle Foster Allen, the tight end Johnson as well. Some transfers that I'm trying to land here, mostly 3-star guys. Got a couple 4-stars mixed in there, but figured out if we could round out the class with some 3-star transfers, it would really give us a good ranking when it all comes down to it. So as we advance here, we do see that we get a commitment from a 3-star fullback, the 3-star transfer halfback, and then we're into the final week here of transfer portal recruiting or all-season recruiting. You can still recruit high school players here, but you see, as I got the commit from that halfback, some others have deal breakers since we already landed one transfer halfback. They're no longer interested, so we're going to take them off the board as well as guys that committed elsewhere. As we see another halfback that committed to NC State, we remove him from the board there as well. Another halfback that has a deal breaker, got to take him off. And now we're going hard after some of these linemen we have left. We would add a 3-star safety, the transfer center, the transfer tight end, and the transfer right tackle. So did a pretty good job in the transfer portal to kind of complement our class here. As you see us rounded out with another center, another halfback, and a right guard, as well as another tight end, this time a 4-star. So multiple 4-stars we've landed here at Jacksonville State, and we end up with a pretty good-looking class here. As you see us cycle through it, we get up to 20 commits, which is a pretty high number, and as you see, we went from 75th at the end of the season all the way up to 31st in the country, which is an incredible job here for a team like Jacksonville State, a 1-star school, and we land 5 4-stars. As you see here, we kind of cycle through the class and see the 4-stars there that we landed. But of course, we're going to scroll down here to one of my favorite players of the class, my quarterback of the future, Brett Whitehair, who we're going to get to see me use in year 2. But before we get to year 2, we got to do position changes. And one thing I learned here in position changes, not only is it cool when you select a guy, you get to see what their grade is at all positions. And of course, this one right here would actually prove to be a critical position change. As I move a wide receiver that I redshirted to halfback, we would find out in training upgrades, a very interesting addition here. As we get to training results, boom, look at the halfback. The wide receiver I moved to halfback. Great upgrade all the way up to 78 overall, 98 speed, 98 acceleration, and we are in business for year 2 with him at halfback and our young freshman quarterback, Whitehair. So then we get to the stage here where you're able to encourage transfers. Essentially, this is cut players, but just with a different name, encouraging transfers. I would find out here, though, 72 is the roster minimum as I try to move another guy, but we do make a critical move here for year 2, and that is Jacksonville State adding to the ACC. We want to make it a little bit tougher on ourselves. We won the CUSA. Let's go try and win a power conference. Let's go to the ACC. And then to close out our coach upgrades here, we would unlock Motivator. So we now have a third tier that we can work on so we can try and balance this web out even more between 3 things: Motivator, Recruiter, and Tactician. And you see here, this is where we are as we get ready for year 2. Year 1 ends with us ranked number 3 in the country, and year 2 will begin with us ranked number 6 in the country, but we'll be playing in the ACC. So stay tuned in the future for the recap of Season 2 coming in the near future. Hope you guys have enjoyed this recap of Season 1. I'm done with the narration. I'll throw it back to present me to let him close out with my face on the screen here and give you guys some bit more info about where you can find these playthroughs live in case you want to watch these happen live. But I hope you guys have enjoyed my shitty narration throughout here and have enjoyed this recap of Season 1 of Coach JC's journey as he begins as the offensive coordinator at Jacksonville State with an undefeated regular season, getting to the college football playoff. Don't get the results we want there, but we end with the number 1 offense in the country as far as rushing offense, rushing touchdowns, first downs, and points per game. I think it's a great performance here for us in year 1 as the offensive coordinator at Jack State.
All right, so there you have it. Year 1 complete at Jacksonville State as the offensive coordinator. Very successful, undefeated. Couldn't get it done in the college football playoff, but we do get a conference championship. We finish, number 1 ranked offense in the land, rushing-wise and scoring-wise. So a good debut for offensive coordinator JC there at Jacksonville State. We'll see if he can find similar success in year 2 because things are going to get a little bit tougher, as you've seen there at the tail end. Going to be playing some Power 4 football now in the ACC. We'll see how that fares. If you want to watch me play through it live, remember, check out the Twitch. Going to throw it on screen here again for you guys here to close out this video. And if you made it all the way through this video, just hit the thumbs up button before you head out. Like I said earlier, helps a shit ton with the YouTube algorithm. And if you're into this college football 25 content, be sure to subscribe to the channel here at JC's Pop Culture. Year 2 of the Dynasty series, the video recap and that will be up in the near future, so be on the lookout for that. If you enjoyed year 1 here and this recap, let me know down in the comments. I always appreciate those interactions and getting to chat a little bit with you guys as well. So a lot of fun here moving through Dynasty mode in Coach JC's journey here as an offensive coordinator currently, eventually hopefully moving to a head coaching position, but for now we're sticking at Jacksonville State as the offensive coordinator for year 2. Really hope you guys enjoyed watching the progression through year 1 here as much as I enjoyed playing it and creating this video for you guys. But having said that, as always, I'm JC here on JC's Pop Culture, where you can see all kinds of pop culture content. I appreciate you tuning into this one, and I will catch you on the next one.